My name is Lien Truong, and I am a painter. I create work that dissects our belief systems, and often I look at historical paintings and work with and against those traditions to analyze and examine historical belief systems, and especially how they affect our modern day life. So I Buffalo was the very last painting in the series Musings of Origin. And so in that work, there are gestures that have textile designs. And the textile designs are actually Southeast Asian from the 60s and 70s. And so in that work, I was really starting to work with narrative. You know, and in a way, for me, narrative is a segue into identity. During that series, I was really trying to figure out a way to talk about the complication of identity in America. You know, thinking about how identities through war or immigration coming into America, how they change, how identities change through assimilation, for instance. And it was something for me that didn't seem like just representation could do, right? So then I started to think about the gesture and how in abstract expressionism, the gesture was about the artistic ego, the individual artistic ego, for instance. And how in the tenet of Asian painting, there's an idea not to just represent something, but to capture its spirit. I have gestures that were analogous to the body. So they were big gestures that are created by my own hand with paint, and they were actually adorned with textile designs. And those textile designs, for myself, became ways for me to represent different people from different origins in the world at a specific time period. But then I started thinking about silk itself. So the worldwide textile trade was really based on silk. So silk, for instance, in the 17 and 1800s, was hand painted in Asia, and then, you know, created into for export into, let's say, America, Britain, and France, and adorn the bodies of the high elite, right? So there's really this interesting hierarchy and history in silk. Really, my homage to recognizing sort of my personal journey as a war refugee and coming to America, and then being mindful of America's history as a colonizer, and you know, how America became America through Manifest Destiny.